For most of us, the primary form of media consumption is streaming. As a general rule though, the chances are that the faster your internet speed is, the faster your data is likely to get exhausted. Still, it is also heavily dependent on how you use it too. Whether you're streaming video or audio, platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, Netflix, and of course YouTube, which you're watching this video on right now, are what we call consumer favorites when it comes to data consumption. So let's pick each of these apps that I just mentioned, Apple Music, Spotify, Netflix, and YouTube, and let's see how we can save data on each of them. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'd love it if you could hit that like button so more people can benefit from the knowledge that we'll be sharing in this video. All right, I know you're eager to save some data, and without further ado, let's get into the video. I'll start with the music apps, which are Spotify and Apple Music, and then we'll go on to the video apps later on. So first off, Spotify. Music streaming does not consume as much data as video streaming does. Still, if you're someone who listens to music frequently, it can actually add up, especially if you're streaming high quality audio. But thankfully, Spotify has baked in a feature that allows you to change how much data your sessions consume. This will be beneficial if you listen on mobile and the desktop platforms as well. So for those who are using Spotify for free on the web, that's just a normal browser now according to Spotify, they should naturally get a lesser 120 kilobits per second, while premium users who paid should get a higher 256 kilobits per second. But when it comes to the desktop app, mobile app, and tablets though, there's more flexibility. You can choose between automatic, which will vary your music quality depending on your internet connection, and for free users you can go from as low as 24 kilobits to a high setting of 160 kilobits. Premium Spotify users can use the Spotify setting on a desktop or laptop to enable high quality streaming, unlocking a higher 320 kilobits per second. People consider this extreme quality, and it's bound to drain your data at the snap of a finger. To minimize data usage though, both on Android and iOS, you can reduce the audio quality setting on your mobile app from 160 kilobits, which is considered high, to 96 kilobits, which is considered normal. On the iPhone, you can simply go to settings, audio quality, and you should get a couple of options for Wi-Fi streaming, cellular or mobile data streaming, and even downloads. As you can see written here, I chose the highest setting, and it tells me that it will indeed drain more data. Here, I will select normal quality. On Android, depending on your device, once you click settings, you see data saver options for audio quality, which when you toggle on, it will set it to the lowest setting at 24 kilobits per second. However, you still want to enjoy rich audio, so we won't go all out with the reduction. I'll simply scroll down to the audio quality section, then change cellular streaming from very high to normal. You can also leave the auto adjust quality just in case your internet bandwidth isn't great and it can go from low to high and change in response to your internet. Remember though that you will lose some crispness and clarity in your music. Still, unless you're an audiophile, you may not notice the difference, very much. And reducing your bitrate seems like a minor fix, but the data savings is significant. You could cut down your data usage by more than 60% by just reducing the audio quality. That exactly is what makes it a two-way hack. Downgrading the audio bitrate minimizes the file size, so you will use less data to stream and even download it. You should also note that you won't be able to change any of these settings if you're not listening to music on your device, or you're listening to music on another device through the Spotify Connect. So you have to be listening to music on the Spotify on the device that you're changing the setting on, if that makes sense. All right, let's get into Apple Music. Apple Music is another major data hog. With the rate at which some of us spend our entire days streaming one album after the other, this can take a heavy toll on data usage. But like Spotify, the app has a built-in feature for managing your data usage. Saving your data here also involves downgrading the quality of the music or the audio that you're streaming. Here you start by opening settings, music, audio quality, then turn off lossless audio if it's on. You can see the text under the feature explaining the function of lossless audio. It preserves every detail of the original audio, but it will consume significantly more data. That significantly more data is easy to ignore, but it can add up to gigabytes of data when you are streaming. As an extra step to save even more data, tap mobile data streaming in the same section and select high efficiency instead of high quality. This high efficiency option reduces the bitrate of your music output to 120 128 kilobits per second at the lowest available on Apple Music versus Spotify's 96 kilobits per second. So yes, you are more likely to burn data or use much more data with Apple Music than Spotify. I tried listening to music in both settings to see if there was any significant difference, and even though I'm not 100% a music producer or expert, I didn't notice so big of a difference between these two modes. The audio was just as clear over the phone speakers. Maybe if you're using like monitoring speakers, you can tell the difference, but most people are using their smartphones and they won't be able to really tell the difference. But if you're going to try this, keep in mind that it applies to music that you're streaming and not tracks that you've already downloaded, even though you can still download lossless audio as well, just that to now take more storage as well as more data. And speaking about downloading music, that's another way to save even more data on Apple Music. If you have an Apple Music subscription, you have the option to download any song, album, or playlist from its catalog for offline listening. That means that you would only burn your data to download it once, and subsequent listening will not deplete your data because the song is already on your phone. One more thing to disable in your Apple Music setting is automatic downloads. If you buy music on your computer or your iPhone regularly, your device may be downloading it over cellular or mobile data without your knowledge. It is excellent for having your offline albums on demand, much less so for your data plan. To disable this, open settings, music, and then scroll down to the automatic downloads, and you can toggle it off, toggle the switch beside it off. Finally, one last data saving measure for Apple Music is turning off animated cover art. Apple introduced this feature in iOS 14, and it's just a cool graphic way to add a bit of visual expression to your listening experience. However, judging from Apple's notice that animated cover art will not play if your device has low battery or a poor network connection, we can already tell that the feature will consume both battery and data, so you should turn it off. So to turn it off, go to settings, music, animated cover art, and select off. Just in case you didn't know, Apple Music is also available on Android, and you can turn off lossless audio from this setting as well, and choose which options are available from high efficiency, which is the lowest, and high res lossless audio. Even tapping on that will show you more information about how it will consume a lot of data, so you want to know exactly what you're doing in these cases. You can also set a cellular data saver option just like Spotify, and even turn off animated art from the motion settings. Most of these features are available on iOS 14 and 15 for iPhones, where Apple gave users more control over the features that contribute to their iPhone experience. I already have a video coming soon about other crazy features like these that you may not have experienced or you may not have known existed, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon beside it to turn notifications so you'll be the first to know when that video drops. Alright, just before we get to the next section, I want to say a big thank you to MTN for sponsoring this video. MTN offers a wide range of SIM packages and data plans to fit your everyday needs as a user, both for your budget level and your level of internet usage. There's something for everyone with MTN's data subscription. And if you're someone who is always watching videos on YouTube, for every data purchase you make, MTN gives you several hours of YouTube watch time with the YouTube video streaming pack. Depending on your data purchase now, you can get up to 7 hours of streaming on YouTube every time you activate any monthly data plan. With one of these plans, you can watch videos on YouTube from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. for 2 gigabytes, and it costs only 200 naira. And all you need to do is text your preferred code to the options 131. There are so many other flexible plans, and the higher you go, the more allowance you have for YouTube streaming at an affordable rate. The best thing about this is that your internet speed is never affected the entire time you use this bonus or whatever bonus is added to your airtime and data purchases. And MTN still offers you the same level of high internet speed on all platforms. MTN also even gives you 100% free data bonus with the code *121#. Anyway, that is all well and good, but in this video I'll be giving away 1,000 naira worth of airtime to 20 MTN users to enjoy all of MTN's bonuses. However, you have to stick around to the end of this video for the instructions on how to win and how to enter. Thanks again to MTN for sponsoring this video, and now we'll jump right into the last section. So, saving data on Netflix and YouTube. Based on the mere fact that it is video, Netflix will always consume significantly more data than music. However, there are several things that you can do to reduce your data usage. The easiest way to adjust your Netflix video quality settings is via the web browser. To get started, sign in to Netflix on your web browser of choice, then follow these steps. So you click on your profile icon at the top right of the window and then choose account. Scroll down to profile and parental controls, and then you select your profile. Click playback settings, select a streaming quality. Usually it is set to auto, but you can select low quality, which will consume up to 0.3 gigabytes per hour according to Netflix, or medium, which will consume 0.7 gigabytes per hour for the same source. And if you're lucky enough to be able to stream high quality video, you can expect to consume 3 gigabytes to 7 gigabytes per hour. Select save and you're done. Keep in mind that quality parameters must be tweaked per profile. Changing the quality setting on your profile will have no effect on the quality setting of any other profile on your account. So if you have all the 5 profiles, changing your own won't affect the other 4. Just know. You can also adjust Netflix data usage from your mobile phone, and to do that you can tap the menu icon in either the top right or the top left corner. This depends on whether you're using iOS or Android. And tapping the app settings and going to video playback, you can select mobile data usage or cellular data usage, and then you select a streaming quality of your choice, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The catch here is that you won't be able to access this setting if you have pending downloads, and if your preferred setting is grayed out, you can cancel any pending downloads or wait for them to finish, and then you can try again. When it comes to data usage, the same rules apply to YouTube. Reducing the quality of your video streams play a considerable role in saving you data. Depending on what you're watching and how much the quality matters to you, you can always drop the quality of the video and reduce your data usage. For both Android and iOS, clicking on the gear icon for YouTube and selecting the quality will show you 4 different options on mobile: auto, higher picture quality, data saver, and advanced. By default it's on auto, but you can then go to the advanced setting and choose which specific resolution you want to watch. I usually recommend 1080p if you want to stay in the middle and enjoy the quality, but 720p is also fine. If you want to save even more data, you can choose the other options that are lesser. However, you run the risk of viewing pixelated or blocky videos. You can tweak this in your own preferred setting, depending on what you want to see. For the web on YouTube, well, all you need to do is select the gear icon, then quality, and you can choose which one fits you best in your streaming quality and based on your bandwidth. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you learned a trick or two on how to manage your data usage and consequently how much you spend on your data, so you can save some money. Saving some money is quite important. Please remember that there are a lot of factors that affect data consumption, and it's most likely going to get exhausted as quickly as you use it, and depending on your internet speed that your service provider offers. That is all for this video, guys. Now for the giveaway. To enter for a chance to win 1,000 naira worth of airtime, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and make sure you like this video. You can click the link in the description to fill the form with a question that I'm asking that is based on this video. Please note again that you must be an MTN subscriber to enter this giveaway, because only MTN people can use MTN airtime. And the first 20 people to fill the form correctly will get 1,000 naira worth of airtime. So good luck, guys. If you found this video useful or helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Click the red button below and click the bell icon beside it so you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. And let me know which one of these fixes worked for you or helped you, which one you knew or which one you didn't know, and which one do I not know. You can just leave a comment below. Let's chat there. And again, do look out for my next video where I'll be sharing even more data saving tips. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll see you in the very next video.